everybody. Welcome to another edition of NCW, also known as New Comic Wednesday. If you haven't been with us before, I have 2 hearts now. How fun. I look forward to doing that every Wednesday. If you haven't been with us before, we chat for a few minutes every Wednesday about Zenescope's newest releases. If you don't know who I am your NCW host, Amber. And now is the very, 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 very lovely time where Casey will pop up. I always say Belle because she says Belle, the notification bell, but it's really Robin Hood. So if you guys haven't ever subscribed to any of our channels, there we go. There you go, Robin Hood, Belle. And then I always point in the wrong direction. I do this every week. One day I'll get it. If you guys haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure that you do that so you don't miss content with us ever, because every Wednesday at 3 o'clock, I host this show. And then we host some other streams that you are not going to want to miss. So if you would like to hang out with us more, hang out with us more. My hair, I feel like, kind of looks weird on this side, so I'm going to quickly fix it. Sorry, everybody. Anyway, so if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, also make sure that you like this, you love it, you share it with everybody so they can find out more about Zenescope's newest releases. To get Zenescope's newest releases, you will log on to zenescope.com where you'll press new releases and will show you everything that has been released in order backwards of our latest release. On top of that, you can also get our latest releases on Comixology as well as at your local comic shop. And as I say every Wednesday, if this is your very first time trying to order through a comic shop and they don't carry Zenescope, make sure you tell them to carry us because we love supporting comic shops and we really hope that they love supporting us. There's going to be a lot, as always, to talk about on NCW today. Today. We will be talking about Belle 25 Annual, which I'm very excited. I'm going to bring on our publisher, Dave. It was obviously written by Dave. If you guys don't know, Dave is our ongoing writer for Belle. So, and he does a great job. And what makes this so special is that there are so many covers. So many covers. So I feel like if I asked Dave what his favorite one, he'd say that cover F is his favorite because it's blank. And then he doesn't he's Switzerland, right? I really don't know. But yeah. Oh, I saw Robert's comment. You're right. New February NCW exclusive. We're going to be launching it very, very soon. I get to show you guys. Anyway, as always, Casey, please show up cover A. Cover A, a trifold. I love seeing a good trifold. If you guys don't know what a trifold is, basically when you get the comic, you'll see that it opens up into 3 different, aka tri, to become that cover. And so we do trifolds for our big kind of an annual release or signature storyline release. So like Van Helsing 50 obviously got a trifold. When Grimm Fairy Tales 50 Volume 2 came out, that's when we do trifold. So this is cover A. Here is cover B. We got a hint of what's to come. I don't know. Do you recognize this beast? I don't know. Here is cover C. This is I can tell automatically this is Ivan Tao, but such a good cover. Really good angle of, I like her cape kind of going in the wind. Again, I went this way, but it's going but then it's going this. I gotta stop this. Okay, cover D. Who will also be making an appearance in this? Cover E. Another character appearance. Lots of cover. And then here is cover F, which I don't know if we... Yeah! Yeah! Yeah. So basically, this is what it is. Gary, I don't know. I saw your question yesterday, but I'm not really sure what your question is. So you can ask it here. If not, you'll probably hit up Adrian. Hopefully she can help you out. But yes, for all of our big releases, like our annual releases, we always do multiple covers instead of just our A, B, and C. And as I mentioned, we also always have a trifold cover. So without further ado, I'm going to read the synopsis and then I'm going to bring on Dave Franchini. Annabelle Belle DeMarco is many things: teacher, daughter, friend, beast hunter. But is she ready for what comes next? From goblin queens and secret organizations to headless horseman Belle, she has seen her fair share of deadly encounters. But has all it been building to something? I don't know. As her world has been growing, the walls around her have been closing in, and what she's about to take on may be too much for the legendary hero. Is she up to the task? Find out in this epic anniversary issue. Without further ado, here is our lovely publisher, Dave Franchini.
Lovely. Thank you.
Dave,
Hey, what's up, guys?
What was your favorite cover?
All of them, especially the blank one, because that way it leaves it open to new art that I didn't see yet.
Wow. That's a challenge. Everybody on the stream, get cover F, draw the cover, and send it back to us, and we'll let
And
you
then
know.
I'll actually vote on my favorite then.
That would be such a challenge. That'll be the first time in history that Dave has told me what is his favorite cover. Right.
It is sneaky. We get sales and art, so we win.
Welcome to marketing, everybody. The fans are like, how did we do it? Dave should be in marketing. He should also be in sales. He should also be in every role.
Oh, yeah. How many hours exist in the planet you're from?
Perfect. So you're joining the marketing team. I'd love to hear that.
Yes, that's it. This is my announcement here.
Right here. Okay, so this, I already told you this, but this has been my favorite Belle read yet. What does it mean to see Belle get a 25th anniversary? Like, what, and how does it mean to you that you got to write her story?
It means there's a lot of nights and hours that I've spent, I guess, over the last 3 years of not sleeping to have 25 issues. But no, it's pretty awesome. I mean, like, I've always read comic books and seen these like people, like writers or artists go on like long runs of stuff. I mean, this is a long run for me, but I mean, it's like, it's really cool, especially like since I've been there since the beginning. Like I got to introduce her and now I've got to like answer some of the questions and close out some of the storylines that I started like literally in issue 1. So like that was awesome. Like that's what's cool. And then plus we pretty much hopefully the next year or two mapped out, like spinning out of what this one is. So yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. It's cool. It's cool to watch her grow.
Speaking of issue 1, I guess because, if people have never read Belle before, number 25, I feel like is kind of easy to jump into. However, take me back to like Belle starting. How many years ago was that?
Was it 2018? I think it was 2017 Armed Forces Special Edition. That was her first appearance. It was like a 5-page short story. And then, because I remember that me and Joe were sitting in the conference room talking about like, all right, well, we got to come up with a short story for this. Should we do like an existing character, or a new one? And I was like, I have an idea for a new one. Can I just come back tomorrow and pitch it? And he's like, yeah. And then I pitched him Belle, and then he was like, yeah, let's go with that. And then so that was 2017. And then after that, we did a mini series, and that was a Belle Beast Hunter one. So that ended probably in 2018. So it probably launched not too far after that, and then. Yeah, then Nick came out pretty quick.
So a great way to start if, again, you've never read Belle before. She's a very, very beloved character. Actually, a lot of people, and I'm sure they do it with Dave as well, but a lot of people at New York Comic Con came out and was like, Belle's my favorite character. I've been reading her for many years. Many, many girls said that, and I thought that was just awesome to see how excited they were, and they felt like they were represented really well with a character like Belle. Wow, Belle.
That's awesome to hear. No, I mean that's the cool thing too. Is like we just did a signing yesterday at Dave, Comic Collection at Dave's, and it was just like that's what I missed because of the pandemic. But also, it's the coolest thing ever when people come up and they're like, "I've been reading all of these issues," or like, "I really love this character." Like it's hard to explain how that makes you feel because you're just like it's a lot of people like look for like gratification from your work. Sometimes you don't get it. Like when you get the response from fans and you get the excitement from fans, that makes all the time you put into it like worth it. And then you always get the ones where it's like, I hate this book. And you're like, all right, that's cool. Like I'm just gonna go cry. But
word. So at conventions, though, again, like if this is your first time reading, like Belle Beast Hunter.
That's the sequel. We're gonna do a book about Beast who hunts Bells.
Belle Beast Hunter is actually available on our web store right now. So you can kind of dive in and learn, the ins and outs of Belle. It's a great, great read.
Oh, no. Great meeting you too. I can't see your picture, but
It's Catherine.
I know, but I'm terrible with names, but I'm great with faces. But I can't tell. Did you buy Cinderella or did you, I don't know. What did you buy or what did you bring?
now we'll wait for the response. But what does it mean? I already said, like, what does it mean to again get to write the 25th anniversary issue, or what makes a 25th anniversary issue special?
I mean, the special is, I mean, it's always that it's weird because every issue should be special. Every issue
Yeah.
should be like, all right, let's make the coolest story. Let's make the best story. And we try to do that with every book. But 25, it adds that extra pressure of like, all right, it's the 25th issue. It's the 50th issue. It's the 75th issue. Sometimes we like our quarter milestones. And it's more just like, it's really cool to kind of just have more room to do it too. So like with the annual, we had 64, 66 pages to flesh out a full story. So you almost got to do a full graphic novel in there, which is a lot of times with the shorter like stories, it's you get limited on like what you can bring in and how you bring all the characters in. And this one was just awesome because like I got to bring in like not every character, but mostly every character. And the characters that I couldn't bring in, I threw them all on top of the A cover. So it's all those are like every villain that Belle's faced since the first issue, except for one that I just remembered as I was looking at it. I was like, "There's one missing," and I'm like, I'm kicking myself, but maybe we'll fix that for Belle 50.
I am disappointed in you, but no. B, I was just thinking, I'm like, how impressive is that? Is that again, what makes Zenescope so special and makes you such a great publisher is the fact that like you've been with the storyline for so long, so you know this entire storyline's history so much so that you're like, how can I do the fans the best service ever to include all these characters to give them what they really, really want?
Yeah, and what's also for me too, it's like because you sit on these stories and you're like, I can't fit it in here. Where do I fit it in? And it's like, and then you keep opening these threads, and you're just like, well, we got to close some of these, and we got to make sure that like people know what's going on, and then also too, you got to write it as like a jumping on point. So like it was a little bit. It's a little bit difficult at first, but once you get into it and you start seeing the art come in, it's just exciting, especially when you just I don't know. It's still kind of unreal to me. Like it's one of the first characters I kind of pitched, and to have her written by me and also like going for 25 issues and people still buying it, so that lets me write more of it, is pretty awesome.
That is, and it kind of brings me to my next question. So the best part of significant issues, annual issues, is that they often feel like a finale. What is the best formula to have them feel like a finale, but also to keep the story then going?
Oh, tons of death, just murder everyone, and then
Everyone's dying in this issue.
Yeah, this is the Belle versus the Meteor. It didn't really work out for anybody. No, I mean, like it's like the cool thing is like you get to. I feel like you don't want to go too crazy with it, where you're like, all right, everything needs to end. Everything is a finale to this, but it's more like let's close up some of her growth and where she's going, and push her towards where she's going to go. So even if there was wasn't another issue past this, you'd be more content of like, okay, like at least I know where she's at now and where she's going to go and where her life is at that. I mean, there's definitely some cliffhangers in there, but also too like it gives you that ease of like, all right, like it builds up to this big thing, and then we get an answer to that big thing without having to worry about like, all right, well, like now I need to watch next week or check out the next issue. It's more like, all right, I want to know what happens next, but like we got hopefully you got enough answers in there. I mean, that like I hope.
You did. No, you did. I said this before. Belle Annual number 25 has been my favorite Belle storyline so far. And I know that you had a lot of obstacles, or maybe you wouldn't call them obstacles, but I would, in like getting all these characters in, telling a complete storyline, making it an iconic issue, and then putting it all together so it fits in 66 pages and it's actually a good story.
Well, and the fun part too is like the readers don't see, but like you're like we go on most of our stories. I mean, we try to do for every story. I have a plan for like a good chunk of time, and so like some of these stories, like I already knew where I was going to go with 25, but some of the other stories were seeding it. Like the Belle Sirens was feeding into the Rose and bringing back the Chip organization that we introduced, and then you get a little bit Belle's mom with was it Headless Horseman at the end of Headless Horseman, and it's just slowly like those are my kind of stories I love, like either watching on TV or reading. It's where they start seeding things like early on, and then all of a sudden like three issues later, 4 issues later, you start getting hit with things. You're like, oh crap, that goes back to this, and like when you bring it all together in like the anniversary issue, like that's cool for me. Like I like even reading writing that, like where you kind of just get that payoff of all these little seeds, and then you also plant other seeds. Like I don't know, I like that. I love that type of stuff.
Before I ask my last question, I quickly want to shout out, and Casey, could you pop up our trifold cover? I saw that Igor Venturino was in the comments. He was like, go Dave. And obviously this is a part of his magic right here.
Yeah, this was amazing. like I remember when this cover came in, I was like, this is insane. Like, and Igor is like constantly impressing. Like every cover Igor does, it gets better than his last cover, and he just gets it gets crazier. And then I throw these at him. I remember we counted out all I forget how many characters there were, but like he's been doing all the trifolds. So we keep upping the amount of characters on each book. And he's like, you're going to kill me. And I was like, and then we do it. And he's like, he lives. And then we give it to Ivan. And Ivan's like, you're going to kill me. And then, but like that's always that's the thing too. Like, as we keep going, like it's fun, like pushing the limits and going a little crazier with these things. And then also like behind the scenes, I'll throw it in from the first 25 issues. And also that one of the, because Igor drew some of the interiors on 25, but he also drew the interiors on Belle Ghosts and Goblins and Belle Oath of Thorns and Belle Beast Hunter.
Wow.
But so like we actually one of the girls that is Belle's student is actually based. I named her after his daughter, and she's in the thing. It's Carolina, yeah. So like that's actually Igor's daughter. And
in this story, like when she's like when she's looking out the window.
Yeah, and then she makes her first appearance back in Ghosts and Goblins. But it's
cool.
So that was it's Carolina. So you threw that a little in there, so you got to draw his own daughter.
Oh, I love that. Well, so I had another question, but you've actually gotten some questions that I'd like for you to answer. So the first one is Aaron's, which is, give me a quick summary of what the publisher versus the editor-in-chief does. Like, what is the difference?
Me and David are basically, we wear like, we buy bigger clothes now, and we just kind of wear the same shirt and pants at the same time for the most part. No, I mean, like it's very close, and it's very, and like, especially the way me and David work. A lot of times, like for the publisher, like as I'm learning too, like this is all new to me. It's more like plotting out where the stories are going to go and what stories we're going to publish like coming up throughout the year and going forward, and setting up like almost like, all right, we're going to come out with it this month, and this month, and then David's role is on the other end is to stay on me and work with me to make sure that they come out on time. Like so, and then we work pretty much together with every story that we're kind of going through. It's like either if I'm writing it or if we're giving it to someone else, I'm either sending it to David, he's giving me notes back, and we'll fix it up to make it better, or we're taking the outlines and we're building them together and then getting them out to writers, which is awesome. And that's the thing is I know we've done the writers room before, but like it is a little bit different. Like it's where it's like, I mean, me and him talk every day, and then we're just constantly trying to build out like the stories. I just expressed how awesome it was. So
I can't with David. That's too funny. Another question. During your writing, are there parts you had to cut out? Is that the hardest in the process?
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to make cuts. I mean, you should make cuts. I mean, it was tough in this one because there was there's a ton of stuff you wanted to get in there, so it was just more like cutting out things that weren't necessary anymore. But it doesn't mean they're going away forever. Like there's stuff that I wanted to put in certain stories, and we cut them, and then it wound up not working for the best for that story, which is good, but it works for another story down the line. Again, that happens across. It should happen. Like if you're not making cuts, your story's there's probably too much in it, or you didn't write enough. one or the other. But like, there's always cuts. But like, you never look at it as like, it's gone forever. It's like, all right, how do I rework that and make that work for something else? Or you know what, I can't fit it in this story. let's set it up for another story. And like, there's a story there, obviously, or you think there is. So just build off of that. And then sometimes there is the occasion where you're just like, all right, that's not going to work. It was a crazy idea, and maybe it's not a good idea, or it's a good idea, but it just isn't going to turn into anything. Let's take it away. And then you never know. But like, there's been so many things that like we've done where it's like, all right, it ain't working here. And then it's like, all right, let's bring it back. Like that, let's do it. Like the whole, like even like the, what was it, the Grimm fairy tales, where she's going to different universes.
Mm-hmm.
That was originally an idea I pitched for Cinderella. But it was more of a comedy, and it was less along the lines of different like Grimm universes and more along the lines of parody universes. But that wasn't something that we wanted to work with, and it wasn't a direction we wanted to go. So I was like, all right, well, that idea, like that concept is still there. So we kind of took that and brought that to Grimm.
That would be such an interesting panel, and maybe I will pitch that to Ralph for the VIP event. I hope that you guys will be joining us in Vegas for the VIP event. It would be a very cool panel to sit down. Thank you. You can still buy tickets at Zenescope.com if you're a VIP or just going to log in. If you're not a VIP, it's only $99 to become a VIP, and there's actually a discounted price if you buy a ticket and the VIP. But the panel should be just asking Dave, like, what are some stories that you had to cut out of other stories?
Well, some of them we can answer. Some of them it'll be other things that hopefully Joe and Ralph don't like step in and be like, don't do that. No, this is not good. But I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot, and then there's a lot that we want to kind of like. We've talked about some in the office that definitely don't fit in the Zenescope brand. So
whatever.
Something. I mean, I'm trying. I want to. We keep me, Joe, Ralph, and David. We meet every week, so like I'm gonna keep bugging them about certain things, and hopefully we can kind of expand like into other things that we can do out there to bring some of these stories that might not fit in what we do now into what we do.
Last question. So your characters, they all go on an adventure, including Hershey. How was it to figure out how to bring Hershey without making him a burden in this, like, I won't spoil this, but obviously there's some sort of battle where you see lots of characters. How did you bring him without, making him difficult?
The secret is that Hershey is the star and everybody else is in his story. It just happens to be called Belle. No. I mean, the thing with like that is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just with him, it was just natural too, because like Mel is his like mother. She's motherly to her pet, her whatever, and she was holding him when something happens, and it wouldn't make sense for her to be like throw him. Yeah, so she had to come along. I'm glad he made it. I'm glad nobody like dropped him or cracked his shell or anything like that. That would be horrible.
That's the real controversy here. Is like, I really think that Dave pitched Belle so he could just write a story about this turtle named Hershey.
Well, that's the Hershey special. It's the one coming up, and it's just through his point of view as he walks from one room to the other, and it takes like 60 pages. But no. Oh,
damn. I would have been so into that story. I'm like, oh, what a great idea. Because what if he is everything's now from Hershey's view, and he's like, what is happening over here? What's happening over there? And then it's like, did you ever see Phineas and Ferb?
No, but they did something like that in Supernatural though. They did it all from the view of the car. Like, so they shot every scene from inside and outside the car. And they did it, but I don't know. I don't know about Hershey. I might be jumping the shark.
That's how it could be, though. So in Phineas and Ferb, they have a pet platypus, Barry the platypus, aka Mr. Perry, my pillow pet. And so, like, he'll just randomly go off on his own, and then that's how you find out that he's like an agent and fights Doofenshmirtz. And like, it's told. It's funny because then, like, that's what if Hershey? Like, they all think that Hershey's doing nothing. They think Perry's like. He's like slow moving. He doesn't know what he's doing, but really he's saving their lives every day. Like maybe that's
like Hershey pops off his shell and there's like weapons in there and stuff like that. Or his face falls down and he's a robot.
That's what I'm saying. Rory wants to know, is Hershey in the A cover?
No, he's not a villain. Or is he?
Oh.
That'd be messed up. But who knows? No, he's not. It's just Belle and all of her villains. So yeah, no Hershey on that one, but maybe next time.
This was the writer's room right here. We're like, what can we do with Hershey for this story? You guys got insight right here.
I think after this interview, like Joe and Ralph and David might be like, no more Hershey.
David, are you still watching? See, people are about it. They're about it.
Well, in the Queen of Serpents, Mel makes a note of her and Hershey are doing something, and they talk about some kind of ninja. Let's see.
Oh my God. Well, thank you so much, Dave, for taking the time to talk to us today. We hope to see you very, very soon.
Well, thanks for having me. I'll see you guys later.
Bye. Again, that was publisher, aka writer of Belle, number 25 annual, Dave Franchini. Dave has been with us for over a decade. He does fantastic work at Zenescope. And on top of that, he loves turtles, which is why Hershey is a character in Belle. But Belle is, I believe, $7.99 in our web store right now. Like I said before, you're going to want to read it. It's an awesome, awesome, awesome story. So make sure that you go to Zenescope.com, you go to your comic shop, you go in Comixology, and you read the story. Casey, will you run through the covers really fast? Because we got so many of them. There's A, beautiful. Here's B, gorgeous. C, wow. D, amazing. E, actiony. And F, to be determined based on the artist, okay? So, again, because this is a special 25th anniversary issue, you're going to want to, A, get all the covers, B, and as we said, if you sketch your own cover or you submit your sketches, Dave will pick out his favorite, and Dave never picks out his favorite covers, which is awesome. Okay, lots to wrap up before we head out. Next week's releases. Nothing. Nothing's coming out next week. But we will still have, there we go, next release, no release Wednesday right there. We will still have a guest on. We're going to be talking about some of our product subscriptions. And that guest is going to be Joe Brusha. He's going to run through some stuff with you guys. I will still be here. But we're just going to highlight some awesome products and stuff that has been going on with Zenescope. So if you have any burning questions for Joe Brusha, make sure that you join us next Wednesday so we could talk about that. So it's time to talk about the NCW collectible cover, which I know was dropped, I believe, on the web store and was dropped in an email. But last week's waiver, oh, there we go. We can show right there. There you go. It's another very hot cover. This is going to be February's NCW collectible cover. You can get it on the web store right now. As always, it's limited to $199, but I don't know. I asked Casey and Noah, they were assigned a job. I assigned them a role and I said, Casey, Noah, I need you guys to destroy any of the comics that weren't sold for January. No holding it back. Nothing. And so Casey's going to share the video of the comics being destroyed. She's popping.
Where are the comics, Noah?
They sold out.
What do you mean they sold out?
There aren't any more.
I was given orders by Amber to destroy all comics. Where are the comics, Noah?
There aren't any comics to destroy. You gotta find something else. Sorry.
Oh, thank Jesus. The covers have been saved. Nothing was destroyed. Such a good video. Nothing was destroyed. I hope Casey posts that video somewhere else because I think it's hilarious. Noah did a great job editing it. But January sold out, so we didn't have to destroy anything. Will February sell out? I don't know. The cover's super, super hot. We're very, very excited that the cover sold out. But so again, last week's winner, I believe, was Christopher West. Again, congratulations, Christopher West. And this week's winner is Kelly Mitchell. Yay, Kelly. So you will be, because this was still January, we asked the question, you'll still be getting the Elias Robin Hood cover. That will be the one shipped to you. But then we'll move on to our February cover. So congratulations, Kelly. Congratulations, everybody who won this past month, which I think was Christopher, Kelly, Catherine. Almost all could have been all like K's. And then Matthew. So again, very excited. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You can get that link. You can get that in our web store right now, though. Casey, if you could drop a link to where they could buy the NCW collectible cover in just a minute, that would be awesome. On top of that, though, we will still be giving away a showcase version of that cover. And this week's ramifications are, I know Casey always does like a nice banner for it. Yay! The Zennies! The Zennies are live. Make sure that you vote in the Zennies and you email Casey with the email that you voted with. So then we can pick a name out from there. Casey, so now I have 2 links for you to drop. Drop the link of the NCW collectible cover and then drop the link of where they can vote for the Zennies. Or you can direct them on the fun little image if that's still here. I can take a look while I think you look for that other one. Here it is. I'll pop it up for you guys. Scan and vote. You can scan. I'll leave it on right now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Scan, scan, scan. Yep. You're going to want to vote for the Zennies. Vote, vote, vote. Your vote matters. That's right. That's right. Your vote matters. Awesome. Okay, so a couple of things that I will run through and then we'll be on our way. If you're a VIP, if you're not a VIP, you should become a VIP. $99, one-time fee, member for life. If you are a VIP, make sure that you tune in at 5 p.m. Eastern into the VIP Facebook group. VIP, lovely coordinator. Everyone's awesome, awesome. Adrienne will be sharing upcoming events, promotions, products, everything. And she's going to be making a pretty major announcement in that for VIP. So I actually believe there's going to be 2 major announcements in that. So make sure that you join us today at 5 p.m. Eastern in the Facebook group for her very, very important announcement. For announcements, there's a couple of announcements there. Love Adrienne. She is the best. On top of that, Casey and Noah will be taking on their first show next Monday. Coffee with Casey and Noah right there. Noah did a great job designing that cute little logo. It's going to be this Monday at 1 p.m. and it's going to be awesome. They're going to be talking about a lot of cool stuff that's upcoming with Zenescope, but it's going to go outside of just our products, which I always just talk about our covers every Wednesday. Winter Wonderland is taking place next week, February 10th and 11th. It is our second VCon of the year. Is it cold in here or is it just me? She actually looks kind of warm. I need an outfit like that. She looks kind of snuggled. But make sure that you join us next Thursday and Friday for our next VCon. Make sure you also join me every Wednesday for NCW. Our next movie club will be taking place at the end of the month. That movie club theme is Starship Troopers. There you go. It's the 24th. On top of that, don't forget, I mentioned this before, but our VIP event, we are still selling tickets for it. It is in Vegas. We will be making the announcement for another guest that we will have at the show. And I know that you guys are going to be very, very excited for this guest. This guest has been with us for a very long time and has worked on a lot of things here at Zenescope. So you're going to take a very, very, very exciting turn. And you're going to want to get tickets because we're going to be doing a lot at the VIP event. Again, all the subscriptions and everything that are running right now in our web store, we're going to drive in a little bit more into that next Wednesday for NCW. We're going to be talking about some more upcoming stuff. So if you guys have questions for Joe, like I said, make sure that you join me next Wednesday. This has been NCW with Amber here at Zenescope, where you come for the covers, but you stay for the stories. I will see you guys next Wednesday. And I better see everybody via my Facebook or whatever next Monday at 1 p.m. for coffee with Casey and Noah. Bye, everybody.